like
bats, like the animal. Like you're spreading the wings of a bat, and you're like,
oh, this looks Yoggle.
yeah, Yoggle, and they go, oh, Yoggle, Yoggle.
You know what the 5-year-olds are listening to?
What?
The other shit?
What?
Isn't it Andrew Tate?
Yeah,
Isn't
that's
it
true.
fucking Tate speech? And Joe Rogan?
We're a good influence on the
We're a
5-year-old
better influence. I
community.
would like to say I think
Check,
we're a
check.
better influence than Andrew Tate and Joe Rogan.
Well, I don't know about all that.
You don't think so? That's fucked up.
Look, you know,
You're giving us too little credit.
check. It's been over a month since the last time we recorded an episode.
Yeah. It's been
You just got back from India the last time that we recorded, so
and now I just got back from another trip.
Yeah.
I'm crazy.
a different sort of trip.
Yes.
A spiritual trip, but in a different way. Similarly.
Yeah. That was for India was for the soul. This was for friendship. This trip was for friendship.
And camaraderie.
Yes.
And camaraderie.
And togetherness.
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 Come together. You were going to ask me a question before we started. You said, who's the singer of, and then you stopped talking.
This has something to do with, I'll ask you later when I get into Keen Listeners.
Okay.
But yeah, I'll ask you later. Because one of the albums I listened to, which we referenced a month ago, if you remember, I think it was like Birth, Death, or whatever.
Birth, the End.
Yeah.
By Agonizer. I have my notes ready. I'm prepared.
Yeah.
I had a month to prepare for this episode.
I listened to it all last night.
Yeah.
Their lead singer sounds like a mash of two singers, and you can tell me if
who they are.
Yeah, but we'll get into it later. That's subtle foreshadowing for our listeners. So you stick around.
Yeah, we're establishing storytelling conventions in the episode 48, which I was thinking about this. I was like,
Yikes.
The next time that we record an episode, I think I'll be a year older. I don't know if that tracks. Actually, maybe
no.
not, because that's
Your birthday's in May.
26. I'll almost be a year older the next time we record an episode.
I think
By the time I hit 50, I'll be a year older. That's for
yeah.
sure. Yeah.
I mean, you'll be way older.
I'll be
once you
old.
hit
Yeah.
50.
If we take as long of a break as we did this.
Yeah, I think it's kind of crazy considering how we've been doing the show for like 2 years, almost.
Is that true?
Yeah,
Wow.
I think so.
I think.
I'm gonna look this up, but I'm pretty sure we've been doing it for like nearly 2 years now.
It might even be more. It
More
might.
than 2
It might be more than 2. It might be like 2.5. But we've only been doing video for a year
video's
and a bit.
been
And I feel like we entered a new epoch.
when we
when we
new
started doing
era of our
video.
lives.
Yeah.
New time of our lives.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look this up.
I
When
think
was our
the first ever episode was October of 2022.
So that's
3
wow.
years. That's 2.5 years. I
That's
think.
fucking crazy. We barely have any
me
views.
check.
God damn it.
Hey, we're you know
We're
what?
working towards
It's
it.
not.
December 6th, 2022.
Yep. So, sorry, I just went to to our YouTube account in order to check that.
Yeah.
I only use this YouTube account to look up sound effects for when I'm editing.
Okay.
And in the YouTube Shorts section, I'm gonna put a screenshot of this up, but it's just a picture, a video of Ricky Gervais that just says "I'm black."
Yeah, a YouTube short.
Yeah, so that's what
The-
YouTube is serving the accounts that haven't listened to or seen anything.
I feel like shorts are funny in a way where they're kind of making me nostalgic of old YouTube.
Yeah, when people didn't care as much, or not didn't care, but like could make whatever, and it didn't have to be like a product.
That and also like the
Racism.
the way they market it, like they're
Yeah.
doing boobs in the thumbnail again. Like
Yeah,
they're doing
Ray
like
William Johnson classic.
yeah, like the boobs in the thumbnail or just like any like still frame
Yeah,
that has nothing to do with the video, but
Yeah.
just gets you to click on it.
you know it's gonna
'cause-
be some kind of catchy, grabby thumbnail.
yeah, if I'm
Yeah.
seeing a cat femboy
Yeah,
like on my screen
Yeah.
and then I click on it and then it's a cooking video,
Yeah.
I mean, you pissed me off, but
yeah,
I'm watching,
yeah.
you know?
And
I'm
now
like at any point
watching
this
a
cat
cooking
femboy
video
could
with
pull
a
up.
boner. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm so off of shorts at
YouTube
this
shorts?
point. Like anything. Like
Okay.
I opened Instagram Reels again for the first time in like months the other day.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is crazy talk. Like I'm not trying to be like get off your phone type shit, but
Mm-hmm.
my quality of life has immeasurably improved ever since I stopped watching
Yeah.
Instagram Reels and YouTube Shorts and TikToks and stuff.
Yeah, I feel like I'm slowly getting sucked in right now.
Yeah.
Sometimes I catch myself like on Reels. This is like
Yeah.
never happened to me, and like I catch myself on Reels and been like 20 minutes. I'm like, whoa, what the fuck?
Yeah,
So I need to like limit that because it's like not a good time.
My version of that is I catch myself reading the dictionary.
Oh shit,
Yeah,
dude.
and I go, oh, I made it all the way to F today. Oh, interesting. I start from A every time,
Every
and
day.
I have to
Every time,
restart.
every day.
I need
That's
to do
pretty
one
sick.
sitting getting through the whole dictionary.
How many words are there?
496,000, I believe.
My God.
Yeah,
That sounds low.
maybe.
Yeah.
The dictionary that I bought has every other page ripped out. How many words
In the English
are
language.
in the English language? Do you want to? Let's do a Price is Right.
Okay.
Yeah. I said 496,000.
Okay, you're sticking with that?
Yeah, sure. Why
Okay.
not?
16. No.
Million.
I was going to say 16 million. I will say 2 million.
2 million, huh?
Yeah, I think 2 million words.
Between 171,000 and 1 million.
What is that even? What the fuck? There's a 900,000 disparity there.
Yeah. But I'm still closer.
You're
so.
closer, I guess. Yeah. Fuck.
Yeah.
Oh,
Roughly,
wait, hold on. This is perfect. Peter has won Price is Right.
Did I?
Ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da.
Yay.
That's not them.
Ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba. That's
What?
Whiplash.
Yeah. This reminds me because I had, speaking of, because we're getting nostalgic up in this bish, we had when we initially started this podcast, I remember we discussed, ourselves and things we like, things we dislike.
Yeah.
And I realized you like something, or like you love to hate something, and then
Yeah.
you were like, you were telling the world you hated it, but you loved it, like
Okay.
one of those things.
Yeah. I was a liar.
Yeah, you were lying. So then I got this for you, I think over 2 years ago.
What?
Yeah, and I just never gave it to you, and it's
Okay.
been sitting on my desk for 2 years.
Okay.
But now that you've won Price is Right and you've guessed correctly, close enough, I present to you your favorite IP in the world,
Uh-huh.
the Minions.
Wow.
I brought you a French Minion.
French Minion?
Look at it. Take a photo of this guy right here. Show it to him. Show it to
French
the-
Minion.
French Minion.
Vive le Minion.
Vive les Mignons.
Vive le Minion. Wow, he's got a some kind of cutlass,
Yeah.
a sword.
He's ready
See,
to
you
defend.
walked in today, and I said, "Why are you holding an amiibo?"
It's not an
It's not an amiibo. It's a Vive le Minion.
Yeah.
Le Minion du Français.
And you
Le
cannot
Minion Français.
you cannot take him out of the box. This is an investment.
Collector's
This is a
item.
collector's item.
What are
I
these-
looked this up. I got this for $5.
Yeah.
It goes for $12 right now.
Okay, so that's
it's like-
120% or 140%
Yeah.
price
and
increase.
if you can read right here, we're gonna keep Minion right with us.
Yeah, can you have him stand up?
Yeah.
like-
It says a movie exclusive.
Okay.
And so I imagine
Mhm.
these are like an exclusive run.
Yeah,
that they're
yeah.
not going to be done.
They've only made 20 of these.
Yes.
Yeah, that's really
it's worth
that's really awesome.
$12.
You know, the funny thing is that since that time, I think the cultural, the zeitgeist has shifted, right?
Okay.
And minions are not as prevalent in the world as they were
No.
3 years ago.
Not anymore.
So we watched Minions: Rise of Gru.
hmm
What was that, last summer?
Did we?
Yeah, at the cottage last summer. We watched Minions: Rise
yeah,
of Gru.
we did. I think I was falling asleep. but
Yeah, you were out,
Yeah,
but I had a great time.
Okay.
I enjoyed the movie.
So you've turned around. So I hope this can.
Yeah, I think this honestly
Commemorate.
the fact that you held on to. Did you break the thing?
No.
Okay,
It's
cool.
magnetic.
The fact that you held on to this that long for culture to shift and my perception to shift, like, I think it's beautiful.
Yeah.
It shows that people change and the world changes.
And the
And-
value of this only going up.
Yeah,
baby.
yeah. It's like NFTs
NFTs
and Trump
NF
Trump coin.
It's Minion.
MFT.
Minion.
Motherfucking
Okay.
toy. Yeah.
NFT.
Wow. So
Motherfucking
you
toy.
where has this been? Like, because I've
On my
been to
desk.
your home.
Behind my computer.
Okay.
Behind my monitor.
Okay.
It's just been chilling there as
Wow.
decoration. I forgot that it was supposed to be yours.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, I've kind of grown attached to it. And I was
Yeah.
like, I got to do something for the show today. And then I was like, I remembered. I was like, Fuck, I was supposed to give that to you.
Vive le Minion.
Vive le Mignon.
I think something funny
that
we
up
should
on your
do maybe
desk.
for episode 50. This just came to me like a flash of genius.
Okay. Writing it down.
We should re-listen to episode 1 and do a director's commentary
Oh my
of episode
God.
1 and just be like, what?
That would be hard to pull off.
Yeah, because it's us talking. So we're going to
Us
be
talking
talking
over
over
us
ourselves.
talking.
So it's going to be like, are we talking or is the old us talking?
Yeah.
So we'd have to do like play a clip and pause and then talk. I don't
Or
know.
we could like put a filter on us.
Yeah, like or the
Like a phone
director
filter.
version of us, we or the old version of us, we put it through like a mini like
yeah,
an
like
old
a retro
shitty speaker.
filter. Yeah.
Yeah. Or we like pitch shift like chipmunk style. Yeah. So us doing the commentary is like,
What were we talking about?
We could do accents as commentary.
oh yeah. So the approach here was that's actually not a bad idea.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
I feel like that could be a good. I wish we had video of that though. That'd be
yeah,
so
it's a
good.
shame. It's a shame, but
It's audio only.
I honestly, I'm kind of glad that we didn't. I feel like, I don't know. I feel like it would have been too much.
Yeah,
we
also
would
would've
have
been
stopped making the podcast a lot longer ago if it was
Yeah.
video from the get go.
Yeah,
I think.
I think it's also would have just shown my living room every
Yeah.
every episode. It was just like
Yep.
my living room.
Yeah,
Here's my
and we
living
were
room.
sitting on the floor. I think for the first like 4 episodes because I spilled
I
the
was-
water on the floor.
Yes, I was sitting
Yeah.
on the floor. I think the first ever one, you were sitting on the couch across from me, and I was sitting on another couch.
Yeah, and then we sat on the floor for a bit because the cables didn't reach or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Start from the bottom.
yeah, and you know, some would argue we've only gotten worse.
Nah, we've gotten
No,
technically we've gotten better. Content,
Yeah.
I think, also gotten better.
Maybe.
I think we've. If you're comparing it to our first
Well,
ever
I haven't gone
episode-
back and listened to it.
It's
so-
bad.
Okay,
It's
so we
not-
should definitely do that. Then
If I
as
tell,
the-
yeah, if I tell
50.
people to watch the show,
start at like
I was like-
episode video 1.
yeah, I was like,
Yeah.
start when we start video.
Pilot number 2 is where you start.
Yeah, that's where
Yeah.
you go, and then we were still I broke this thing again. There you go. It's
Yeah.
good.
I
All
want to
right.
make sure the thing's still.
Okay,
We're using a new phone, so.
new phone. Who this?
Yeah. No, I wasn't expecting to be like this nostalgic. You know.
Yeah,
Thinking
we're-
about episode 1, 2.5 years ago, whatever it was. What did we say? 2022 to
I
2025.
actually
2.5 years.
Yeah, 2.5 years. I actually saw the folder that I saw was like your template
Yeah.
that you put up.
Yeah.
But episode 1, last modified, November 20th.
Yeah. I think we recorded it in October and released it in November.
Yeah,
But-
November. Like, there's one that says pilot, and then
Uh-huh.
there's one that says pilot louder.
Yeah, yeah. Put up a picture of
Put it up.
of both of us in 2022 in
Oh,
October of
God.
2022. Picture
You'll
of
nev-
me in
I-
October 2022. It should be. We got a point here. Remember?
Oh,
Yep.
yes.
Me and then Praj.
I
Okay.
don't know if I have a single photo of me in 2022.
I'm sure it's somebody else. I
Somebody-
might have a photo of you. in
You might have
2022.
it, but
Yeah. You don't. Yeah.
I-
you wipe it. Well, you've been through like 6 phones
Yeah.
and
bad, and I
Yeah.
never back anything up.
yeah.
And also, aside from that, I also never take photos.
Yeah.
I'm really, really, really bad. I'm trying to get better because I realize that when I'm an old man, I'm gonna need something to look at.
yeah.
And
I
can't
honestly, I
just
think it's
rely
more
on my
telling.
memory.
Yeah, it's like more telling to take pictures of the things that you are experiencing instead of yourself. Because
Oh,
then
yeah.
when you
Oh,
look
yeah.
at a
Oh, yeah.
picture,
Yeah.
like I'll look at a picture of like, sometimes I take a picture of like things that I need to remember like
Mhm.
a couple days later so I can go back and look at the picture. And then like years later, I'll go back and I'll be like, why did I take a picture of the bottom of this receipt? Oh, because I needed to remember the login for the survey to try and win a $100 gift card or whatever.
I don't remember. I don't even do that. Like,
Yeah.
I don't take photos of myself. I like never take photos of myself.
Yeah.
And I barely take photos when we're out. Like, I'm always like, I'll just see it. I'm looking at it right now. It's in the brain.
Yeah. Yeah.
But, yeah.
I think in 2022 I was making music review TikToks, so I could just pull up
Really?
one of those.
Okay.
I won't, but I could.
What the fuck was I doing in 2022?
In 2022,
What happened?
you were working at the factory still.
I was.
Post COVID.
I think I was just vibing.
I think it was pretty much. You're pretty much the same.
No, it didn't-
Neither of us
nothing's
has really
changed.
changed a lot.
Nothing has changed.
Actually, no. I was living with the roommates that I had in 2022.
Oh, we were
which-
like neighbors.
we were like neighbors at the point. Yeah. Yeah.
Holy.
Yeah. But now it's now we live on opposite sides.
Now
of the
we're
globe.
so
Yeah.
far
I have to-
away.
I have to do a 14-hour flight every time that we record this podcast. I don't know if they know that.
It's brutal.
Yeah.
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 And
We-
I keep moving it. I
Yeah.
never tell them where it is.
Yeah.
And I move it like a week in advance so that prices
Yeah.
are like
I have to pay
up.
like $2,000 every episode of this podcast,
Yeah.
so you better appreciate.
And I own the airline.
Yeah.
So you're paying me.
Yeah,
It's a long con.
It's circular. You know, I'm investing in your growth,
Mm-hmm.
and you are taking my money.
I'm growing all right.
You're growing.
I'm a growing boy.
Yeah. I don't know. Well, we had other ideas for 50 too. Like we were gonna do matching tattoo.
Yes.
As well.
Matching
So,
moth
We could do
tat.
that and director's commentary.
That could be
for
fun.
50.
I had Good Noir 2
3,
sequel.
Good Noir
planned.
3.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Just absolutely ruined it.
Yeah.
I mean, that could be fun if I just do from Good Noir 2 to 3 to 4, and everyone's like, "Where's Good Noir? Where's
Yeah.
Good Noir?"
Yeah.
Like it doesn't exist.
Doesn't exist. No.
Yeah.
No. It was before time immemorial.
Yeah, Good Noir 2 happened. Actually, it did happen at some point because it was. Do you remember the
Or Good Noir 1.
Good Noir 1 did
Yeah.
happen at some point,
Yeah.
but it was not recorded.
No.
Did
Did it?
remember that game we played?
Oh, yeah, I do remember. Yeah. Wow.
So nostalgic. What the fuck?
I know. I think
You know
it's,
what's
we're getting
crazy?
old, you know?
Yeah, you know what's crazy? The other day I was talking to my girlfriend, and she was like, "Yeah, I've been around this like school area, like because she works at a university. So
Yeah.
she's like, oh, I've been around this sphere since like 2016. I was like, that's almost 10 years ago.
Yeah.
And she's like,
Yeah. I know. I know. I was trying to figure out when I graduated high school, and that was crazy to think about. Because, you know, you were like, oh, my 10-year high school graduation.
It's coming up.
Whatever. It's past.
No, it's not.
It's past.
We graduated. When did you graduate? No,
Yep.
wait. Did you graduate early?
Yeah.
Are you older than me?
Yeah, I'm older than you, and I skipped a grade.
Oh, you
So,
skipped
yeah.
a grade. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So it's past. It's
Oh,
gone.
shit. Damn.
Yeah.
Mine is.
Wow.
But I'm debating if I'll go. I don't even think it's gonna happen.
No, mine, there was nothing. Nobody said
no
anything.
word. Or maybe you
But-
just didn't hear about
I mean, I would honestly, if it did happen, I'm glad I didn't go. I don't think, well, not I'm glad. There's nobody that I would want to see
Really?
that I haven't seen since then of my own choice.
That's true.
Also, we should probably bleep what year we graduated high school because that's like a bank security question
oh
sometimes.
shit.
Editor, me, don't leave that in.
Hey, reviewer me. Make sure you
Put that in the notes.
Put that in
okay?
the notes.
Put it in the notes.
Okay, so now you have reminded yourself to remove it. I have reminded myself to
To
remind
write
you
to
to remove
me
it.
to remove
Yeah.
it. So if it stays in, you can have the login to my
Take it at
bank.
that point.
Honestly,
Yeah,
if
we
we
shouldn't
fucked
have
up
bank
that much,
accounts.
yeah, it's a problem. We were debating
Yeah.
the history of tea, and I now have the history of tea open on my.
Spill the tea on tea.
So there's myths,
Myths.
origin myths.
Origin myths.
Because the version that I've heard
Uh-huh.
is that a Chinese emperor was sitting in his garden
Yeah.
with a cup of hot water and a leaf fell in it. And
Mm.
he was like, I'm drinking it anyways. And he was like, this is good. That's what I've heard.
Yeah.
You have a competing view.
I don't think I have a competing view. I think it was probably invented. I think maybe I literally have done no research on it,
Mhm.
but I think maybe it was like it's kind of like parallel
Yeah.
happened at like the same time.
Yeah.
Because it's not like that crazy of a concept.
Yeah.
To
leaves
take
that
leaves-
smell good.
Yeah,
to-
and
to
put it
them
in water.
Yeah, yeah.
Like it's not that
Once
like
you know that they're not poisonous.
yeah,
like,
exactly.
yeah.
And then like that's how they discovered coffee, right? Like they literally like it was like I think coffee was discovered in like the Middle East where they like saw like I think it was like shepherds and shit. They saw like goats or like sheep eating some sort of like
Yeah.
caffeine leaves.
Well, they were eating the berries that fell off of the coffee
Yeah. Coffee plant.
plant, and then those would ferment on the ground, and then the sheep would eat them, and they would jump around.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
then they're like, what the sheep doing?
Yeah.
And then they had it. And they
I
liked
want
it.
some of that.
Yeah, I want some of that. I want what the sheeps have.
Yeah. Reach out to my sheep plug.
A sheep
for,
walks into the bar and he goes, "You got any coffee?"
Yeah. So, in Chinese legend, sometime around 2737 BC, Emperor Shennong was drinking a bowl of just boiled water because of a decree
He's
that
just like you, dude.
yeah, because of a decree that his subjects must boil water before drinking it.
That's smart.
A few leaves were blown from a nearby tree into his water, changing the color and taste. The emperor took a sip of the brew and was pleasantly surprised by its flavor and restorative properties. There you go.
That's nuts. What a gamble.
Yeah, you could die.
You could have
You
died.
could have died. Yeah, so the Wikipedia says,
The white man.
yeah, the white man. Actually, let's see who wrote this shit.
Yeah,
all right?
the Wikipedia is going to be like, tea was invented in England.
Yes.
when they liberated it. This is the most old man. episode we've ever had.
What were we doing back
We're
in
nostalgic.
2022?
What were we
What's
doing
the
in 2022
history?
and then-
What's the history of tea?
We've
Okay.
lost our edge. We're no longer young.
No, honestly, I'm over like the comedy shit. You know, I'm like,
Okay, we're
I'm
getting
trying to be
serious?
like a real guy. You know,
Okay, a
Yeah.
genuine guy.
Yeah.
No, I feel that. I
Yeah.
understand, and I feel that. I think there's always a time and place for goofiness, but there's also a time and place for seriousness.
Yeah.
And as you get older, you need to know which is which. You're staunchly on the Chinese myth of like leaves blue. I don't know. Here's what I think. I think anytime where something's like, oh, an emperor figured it out.
Yeah.
I think that's fake.
yeah,
I think
yeah.
the people
It's true.
figured it out. I don't
The
think
emperor's like, that's my
yeah,
idea.
the
now."
emperor went. Yeah, I
Yeah.
actually invented that.
Yeah, actually, you know what? I bet there was like a hospital for like sick poor people, and like somebody who worked there was making tea for the patients.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then the emperor was like,
Nah,
me.
copyright.
My idea. My
now
idea.
now you gotta pay me to use this.
Yeah, that's mine. Yeah, I think not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take this.
That's mine now. So,
Emperor walks into tea shop. Me likey.
okay. Well, do we want to get into the actual stuff of the show?
Yeah. What are we doing? Do you have any segments?
I don't have
or
anything.
prepared. Wow, we're
No.
just like raw dogging it.
Yeah.
Real true.
Well, oh, you know what? Actually, I was going to talk about this. I got up to while we were on our hiatus.
yeah.
I was on a journey of restoration
Mm.
of my body,
Mm.
my body.
Okay.
So I went to the doctor,
Yes.
and they took my blood
yes.
to check my stuff,
Yes.
and I'm now taking some vitamins
Ah.
and stuff. I'm taking iron. I'm taking vitamin D, and I sent this to you. High testosterone male right here.
Yeah. High
All
tea.
right. Vegan, gluten-free guy, high testosterone.
Yeah, that's pretty
Yeah.
pretty baller, dude. Could you imagine if you
I
ate
know.
meat? You'd be like a fucking meathead. You'd be insane.
Yeah. I'd be just like all veins and sinew.
Yeah.
But
the
I
hair
went
would
there-
be gone.
Yeah, totally. I mean, I'm working on it. I went and I got my blood taken. I'm taking whatever. I also went and I got a massage for the first
Oh,
time, which I
what
don't think
kind?
I filled you in on what
special
actually
one?
happened. A normal one.
Oh. It's
What
not
do you mean
fun.
by special?
No, nothing.
Yeah?
Nothing.
Every massage is special in
That's
its own
true.
way.
Yeah,
But
if you're a poor person,
Yeah.
every massage is special.
I went for. I'd never been for a massage before. Everybody always talking about it's good for you. You know, I
Yeah.
have benefits. Might as well use them.
Mhm.
Whatever. So I went there, signed up, did all the forms and stuff. Walked in to the room, and this guy named Brian was my masseuse.
Brian.
Brian. He was a very nice guy.
Mhm.
He was explaining what he was doing as he was doing it. So he was like,
Wow, love a communicator.
yeah, like, and when I'm in like an uncomfortable situation, I
Mhm.
talk. a lot.
Oh, okay.
That's
okay.
like a defense mechanism.
Mhm,
I'm just like,
mhm. Fill the silence.
oh
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
totally.
Yeah.
So I was there, face down on the massage table,
cheek spread.
cheeks spread, and Brian he was like, I had my hands back like this,
Okay.
and
interesting.
I guess my fingers were like tensed,
Okay.
and he was like, your fingers are tense. That's usually a sign of discomfort. And I was like, oh really? But yeah, it was. I don't know, man. I don't know
You
about
liked
all
it?
that.
You enjoyed
No,
it?
I did not like
you
that.
didn't enjoy the
No.
massage?
No.
Damn, was he going too hard?
No. He was like he was just doing. It was on his end. I'm sure totally
It's not him,
adequate
it's you.
massage. I just was not relaxed at all.
Damn.
And then I left and I was like, okay, now I'm just oily. And I just like had to go home and shower.
Yeah.
I don't know. I was expecting it to be like I don't know, like a restorative
Yeah.
experience, but
It-
I was just like kind of threw off my Saturday morning or whatever.
It can be.
Yeah.
Did you just feel like, have you never gotten a massage before?
Ever? No.
That might be
no.
why. It is a bit.
It's weird to be like, "Hello, stranger. I've paid you money to rub me."
yeah.
you
I
know,
mean, hey,
like-
it's not. It's only weird if you make it. You
Well,
know?
it's like the actual like, I don't know. The thing about like forced like you go to an environment that's like you need to relax now.
you got it.
You are paying
Calm the
money
fuck
to
down.
calm down. So calm down, right?
you spent $300.
Yeah,
on
like
this.
it was like so I went
That's
like
true.
I don't know, being in it was like a converted like office building or something, you know, and like
Mm.
I don't know. They're playing like the spa music over
Yeah,
the thing,
yeah,
and I was
yeah.
just like, but me and Brian were chatting, and he was talking about because I was like, oh, I've never had a massage before, and he was like, oh yeah, it's it's anytime there's like a new experience. The first couple times it might seem a little bit weird, take some getting used to. A client of mine was telling me that he taught his cat how to take poops in the toilet instead of the litter box. And I was like, why are we talking about this? He clearly just wanted to talk about his client whose cat poops
Yeah,
in the
yeah.
toilet. So he just like segued into that.
I love that.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
so fun. I bet he uses that a lot.
Yeah, he's
I-
like, natural, unnatural, the dog poops in the grass or whatever. I was like, all right, Brian.
Thanks,
Sure.
Brian.
Yeah.
Massage me.
Yeah,
Brian.
but it was, whatever. He tried to make me relax, but I just think I can't.
I think it's fine. I think you were honest with yourself and you were honest
Yeah.
with Brian. You tried your best.
Yeah, you got to try. You got to try,
gotta try.
everything at least once.
once,
Yeah, everything.
Every single thing.
Every
Heroin.
single thing. Yeah.
I think I've had massages a few times. I've usually liked them. I think I usually end up going there for the wrong reasons though, because I used to go.
Folks. Folks.
I used to go when I was really horny. No, I'm kidding. No. I would go when I used to have back problems when I was younger.
yeah.
And I would go whenever there was a flare up.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I'd be like dying. I'm like
Yeah.
literally can't walk, and I'm like everything hurts. I can't bend down
Yeah.
anything, and I'm like, you know what will fix me right now? A massage.
Yeah.
I go there. It's nice for like a little bit, and then like the pain's gone for a bit,
Yeah.
and it comes right back.
It doesn't cure the source of the issue.
not at all.
Yeah.
So I think for that, it was like, oh, massages are kind of lame. It's like whatever. But I think if you can get a massage, just like
Yeah.
on a regular Tuesday or whatever, like
Yeah.
I feel like it can be nice. I think I had a similar time to you one of the first times I got massaged. It was this lady, and she was like, hey, if I'm pushing too hard, if I'm like going too hard, tell me and I'll ease off. Fucking 15-year-old me
Yeah.
was so nervous.
Uh-huh.
Could not say a word.
Yeah.
And I was like, she's like, is this okay? I'm like, yeah,
It's
this is fine. That's fine. But yeah,
Yeah.
she was like going
Yeah.
in there, dude. But at this point, now I would love that. I think
Yeah.
if someone just fucking punched
Just
the shit
beat
out of
the
my
shit
back,
out of me.
just do that, honestly.
Yeah, I did. Brian was saying a similar thing. He was like, sometimes first time clients come in here and they're like big jacked gym guys, and they're like, yeah, I don't go as hard as you want. I don't care. And They
No.
leave a negative review, and then because
'Cause you
they
go too
can't
hard.
handle it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're too manly to say like ease up.
Hey,
Yeah.
chill. Just
But-
a little softer, honey.
No, yeah,
I would never say that to your massage there.
honey.
Do not call
Yeah.
them honey.
Yeah, unless that's their name.
Yes,
Unless
their name is honey. Yes.
Yeah, I got home after, and my girlfriend was like, "So was it a happy ending?" And I was like, "Are you okay?" But no, it was. I would say it was an ambivalent ending. I said, "Thanks, Brian," and he said, "No
No
problem."
one came, but everyone was respectful.
Yeah.
I think that's what it.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
Yeah, it was about
It was.
respecting each other.
It was in the middle of it. Both of you looked at each other and you were like, "This isn't working, is it?" Let's
Yeah,
just
it's
stop."
not you, it's me.
Yeah, it's not you. It's
know.
not me. I just think it's
Yeah,
us.
I
is
think
not
we should
working.
both see other people.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Has it? Never mind.
I think I
can ask
get more relaxation out of like laying on my couch on a Saturday and playing Balatro.
Oh, yeah,
than,
for sure.
Than like going.
But then
to
you
a-
try to get up and you're like,
Yeah.
everything is broken.
Yeah,
Uh,
I did. I was telling you, I'm doing a 10K in June.
Yes.
and
Yes.
I'm, and I'm not a
I think you're
runner.
insane.
Yeah, but a 10K is a nice like beginner run. It's not crazy long or whatever.
Yeah.
But I ran 2 days ago for the first time in like months,
Mm.
and I was telling you yesterday, my calves were like.
yeah.
I got out of bed this morning and I fell over because my calves were
Really?
still so
Fuck,
tight.
dude.
I like stepped out of bed and I was like, I was like, that's uh-oh.
That's crazy.
So I was just sitting on the couch, just like massaging.
Yeah.
my-
You definitely
my
went too
calves.
hard. For
yeah,
the first
I
time.
did not take it easy. I went full speed on like a 2°C day. Yeah.
I'm notorious for doing that. Like if I don't work out for a little bit, and
Yeah.
I'm like, you know what, I gotta push myself right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah,
I gotta make up for all the lost time in
Yeah.
this 4-hour section.
yeah.
But I feel like how many times you're talking about this goddamn marathon? I feel like I'm gonna.
It's
end
not
up
a
doing it.
marathon.
Whatever, man. 10K.
10K.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Anything more than 3 kilometers is a marathon. But yeah, like I might end up joining, but we'll
You should
see.
do it.
Because I do remember like I have a run like 4.5K.
Yeah.
And in like half an hour.
Yeah.
So now I'm like, okay, I can probably do 10K in like an hour. It's not gonna take that much time for my
Yeah.
day.
Yeah.
But then I'm like, okay, but I'll be running and I'll be sweaty and anytime because you also mentioned it's a race.
Well, it's not like every run is called a race. Like it's not like you have to try and win. You're racing against your own like personal best.
But I want to win. Is there a finish line?
There is a finish line.
I would like to cross that fucking finish line first. But I know I won't. I know I won't.
Let's see. You're not going to be first. I'll tell you that.
100% I know
For
that.
sure.
But here's what I'm going to do. I don't give a fuck if I get disqualified. I just care about that one little moment.
Yeah.
So I'm going to get in my car.
Yeah. It's unforgettable 10K race.
Yeah.
And the map, the schedule. Yeah. It is called a race.
I'm gonna sign up. I'm gonna look at the map. I'm going to know where it is. I'm going to park my car strategically. So I'm going to turn around the corner. Yeah, halfway. I'm going to turn around the corner. I'm going to get in my car.
Yeah.
I'm going to drive it like 500 meters away from the finish line.
Yeah.
And then when it seems appropriate,
yeah,
I'll jump out and I'll fucking run.
Yeah.
And then that will be me winning. I will get caught. I intend to get caught. But I just want it for that 5 seconds. Of like, fuck yeah, I'm the first one.
I win. So this is the course.
It's a lap?
Yeah.
Oh my god, dude. You know what? Here's what runs need to be. Okay, hold on. It's such bullshit I find that it makes you do a fucking loop. I hate that shit.
Okay, hold on.
Look at it. It's a loop on the same road.
Stop. Your favorite place to run is literally a circle.
Yeah, but I run I don't enjoy running. I do it because I have to. Right? That's just like the most convenient way. The pavement's even. That's fine. If I'm going to that,
yeah,
that's like, it's on the lake shore. I want to look at the lake.
Yeah.
But then, guess what? Turn around. Look at the lake again.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't want to do that.
All right. Whatever, man. Whatever,
if they
man.
did like, I'm just nitpicking. I don't want to.
You should do it. It's free. I'll be there. Maybe at least one other person will be there that you know.
Yeah. It'll be an event.
Yeah.
So when is it? June?
June.
Okay, maybe.
You can add me on Strava. We'll train for it together. It's the run tracking.
Never say that word to me.
Strava.
I think that's a slur.
Well, good number 2, the only podcast, episode 48.
Good number 2, the only podcast. Sorry, we're not going as high energy. We're acting like old men today.
Yeah,
because
we are.
We are old men. We're turning 33.
I'm
soon.
Balding.
He's balding.
You're going gray.
I am going.
I noticed that yesterday for the first time. I feel like you had never had.
Dude, no,
like
it's
silver on your.
It's noticeable now.
Yeah, it looks sick.
Thank you.
Yeah,
you
look wise.
I'm not.
I'm dumb as fuck.
I'm dumb as shit. Yeah, like the other day, my dad noticed my hair too. I feel like my dad's getting worried because he's like, "Why are you getting old?"
It just happens, man.
Like, yeah, and I'm like, "Dad, you were fucking putting like shit in your hair until you were like to color it. Still, you were like 40.
Yeah, just for men.
Yeah,
whatever.
Exactly,
yeah.
just for men. And my mom too. I'm like, just rock.
Your mom used just for men.
Yeah, just rock your hair's changing.
Just
color,
get
rock
older.
it. It's fine.
You know, I think gray hair is so sick.
Yeah, gray hair.
And I'm sad that I will not go gray before I go bald. I will go bald first.
Yeah.
My dad went bald at like 29. So
damn.
Yeah, I'm on my way. So.
Well, you're past it. You're 33.
Yeah, sorry, I'm 33. I'm old.
Yeah. And we graduated in
1997. Random.
What do you want to do? Do you want to do words or names?
We could do a couple of both. I was also thinking of random movie, but I don't know what that would do for us. Random
I think that would just be
movie
like
picker.
Okay. So is it just gonna give us a movie to watch?
And then we talk about it. No,
sure, we can do that.
We'll just based off of only our memories.
Okay, but what if none of us have seen the movie?
We'll make it up.
Okay, I like this. I like this.
Okay, genre, all.
Yeah.
Subgenre, all.
Yeah,
Decade, all. Streaming provider, all.
Okay, let's do maybe 2000s just to
give us a chance to have seen.
Understand.
Yeah, because like 1900 to 1970.
Yeah.
Like
it's gonna be like the fucking I don't know.
2000 to 2000. We'll do the 90s,
yeah,
the 2000s, and the 2010s.
That sounds great.
Okay, because I haven't seen anything after 2018. Probably.
Okay.
So
I've been watching movies, so
okay,
I'm over TV shows, but I watch movies now.
All right, the movie that it pulled up is Black Knight.
Pull it up right here. This poster. I love this movie. I thought it was a great commentary on
On nights?
On nights, and then like my favorite part was the battle at the very end between the Black Knight and the White Knight, and usually the White Knight is supposed to be like the good guy, but the subversion I enjoyed.
Did you look at the cover?
Briefly, and then
Okay, just checking.
and then we had to. I love the part where Phineas like came down from his horse, and he was like, it's time to stop the fighting.
Yeah.
It's time to build rather than destroy. I thought that was my favorite. I think this one made me cry.
Yeah, I thought it had good intentions. I think
we should put the movie poster up the entire time
yes,
we're talking about.
I think the romance, and we should put like actual things about it on the screen when we're talking. I think the romance between the Black Knight, the titular Black Knight, and Queen Guinevere was a little forced. I didn't think the chemistry was really there, but I think honestly it's because of it's a period piece, so there's like a bit of difficulty trying to be natural talking like they did back in.
It's also
day
like I think it's like a little bit to do with like the studio being like, oh,
the studio they meddled a lot, and you can tell because I think the auteur's vision was really strong, but you could tell a studio really was just trying to shove their own ideas into
and they were
it.
trying to. I heard the original take of this movie 4 hours long.
4 hours, and honestly,
They
if
cut it
anybody
down.
ever uncovers the archival tapes, the 4-hour director's cut version, I would love to see it.
Yeah. One of my favorite movies.
Yeah, an underappreciated gem.
Can I see
honestly.
what the poster looks like?
One more time? Yeah, you want me to zoom in on it for you?
Okay, you know what? We're not. We might be onto something. It's pretty good.
We could rent it for $7.99.
What? Why is it that expensive?
on Amazon? Should be free. They should pay
be fucking
you.
99
They should pay you
cents,
to
dude.
watch it. Okay, let's do one more.
Okay, I kind of want to watch this movie.
Oh, okay. Wait, this is one I've
Okay,
actually
okay.
seen.
Yeah? What's the movie?
The Golden Compass.
Oh, I never watched it,
Yeah.
but I've heard of it. Yes.
You've
You
never
should-
watched it? There's
No.
a sick scene in this movie
I-
where two bears fight, 2 polar bears.
Mhm.
One bear smacks the shit out of another bear and rips his jaw clean off of his face. I was like, I don't know, 11 when I saw that, and I was like, oh my god!
That's kind of sick, dude.
Yeah, but it's got like some big names in it from what I remember.
Yeah, the voice actor.
The
actors.
voice actor.
I just know
of
there's a big
the-
bear, and there's like that one trailer scene where the guy there was like a kid riding a bear, and
Yeah,
then, like,
well,
he-
the kid riding the bear is like 90% of the movie.
okay.
Nicole Kidman.
Nicole Kidman.
Daniel Craig.
Whoa,
is
the bear?
I think he's the monkey.
Okay.
Daniel Craig, Golden Compass. No, he's the bear.
Okay.
Wait. No, he's just a guy.
Oh, he's just a guy.
He's just a guy. Yeah. I remember this movie. Okay, all I'm seeing on Google is that it was a flop, but Nicole
Maybe
Kidman,
commercially.
Nicole Kidman, Daniel Craig, Sam Elliott,
Whoa.
Eva Green, Freddie Highmore, Ian McKellen.
What the fuck?
Yeah, this is Christopher Lee.
What?
Yeah, Kathy Bates.
Okay, this sounds like a star-studded cast. This
It's
is like another.
star-studded cast.
This is another Shark's Tale.
Yeah, this is Shark's Tale 2. So double feature for you tonight.
Okay.
Sorry, triple feature. Black Knight,
Yeah.
Shark Tale, Golden Compass.
I haven't seen any of those movies, so yeah.
You haven't seen Shark Tale?
I haven't seen Shark
That's what we should do a director's commentary on.
a Shark Tale.
The Shark Tale.
Okay, we could do that.
Yeah.
that could be a fun video.
That's a good one.
We should put that, but we can't put that on our like. Can we put that on YouTube?
No.
Like, we
Not
have
even
to,
private.
We have
We
to
would get
make our
our- yeah.
Patreon that no one pays for, and then put that up behind a paywall
Yes.
so one person can pay for
Yes, yes. It's me. I'm watching it back.
it.
Okay, you want to do one more movie and then we'll switch?
Yeah, let's do.
I
one
want a
more.
movie that I haven't seen because
Okay,
I think
okay.
there's
I wa-
more. There's more there.
I would like one that I have for once.
White House Down.
I have seen this.
You've seen
movie.
this? I have not
I
seen
think
this.
I've seen.
Actually, I have seen this.
Oh no, I haven't seen this one.
I have seen this with. Is that Channing Tatum?
It is Channing Tatum.
Channing Tatum burns the White House.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Political insurgency. It was a January 6th prediction film.
Yeah. Channing Tatum. So it was like a dark comedy almost.
Yeah.
This movie.
Yeah.
Because they went into this thing where like it's canonically the same as Magic Mike.
Yes.
So
the
what
same
they-
universe.
Yeah, exactly. So what they ended up
the
doing-
Mikeverse.
The Magic Mike.
The Magic Mikeverse.
So in the Magic Mikeverse, they ended up taking. So in the movie, they were just like, "Oh, a new president showed up. We got to have a bit of a party for them." So they're like,
let's hire the best strippers
Let's hire
on
the
the
best
planet.
strippers on the planet.
And the president, the new president, a woman.
A woman.
Or
A gay man. Yeah. They were like, let's hire. I was gonna say there was like men and women and everybody else involved, but like the male stripper,
bisexual man, or bisexual woman, or asexual man, woman, they, them, because everyone can appreciate a good strip show.
Yes, they can, because it's
Magic
not.
Mike. It's not inherently sexual.
I mean, it is, but
it's an art form.
It is art. Art can be sexual. Anyways, so
and sex can be art.
Sex can be sexual. Oh, baby, when I do it.
When I do it, it looked like a Jackson Pollock. when I do it, I look like Picasso.
Everything's turned upside down.
My ears down here.
Yeah. So then they hire the Magic Mike strippers. They hire the Magic Mike strippers. They end up at the White House. There's a big mix-up, lots of hijinks.
Yeah.
And then eventually it leads to Channing Tatum doing this very salacious move that he's been trying from the start of the movie.
Yeah, he hasn't been able to quite get it for the first half of the movie, but then at a pivotal point in Act 3, he finally pulls it off just in the perfect way to stop the insurgents from getting into the White House. He does a flip and a twist and pops his balls out, his balls.
Well, yeah. See, this is. I think you saw this a long time ago because so he did the flip and skip.
Yeah,
that was part of it. But the big show ender there.
Yeah,
was he was wearing a thong made of bubbles that were like Molotov. You know how you make Molotov cocktails?
Yeah.
For people who don't know how to make Molotov cocktails. So it's basically that mixture that he has with the bubbles.
Yeah.
And then he would take a lighter and he would...
self-immolation. Yeah.
And then he did that, and the people went, oh my God.
Yeah. And he became a martyr, sacrificing himself for justice and freedom and the art of taking your clothes off in a fun way.
Also, there was another movie called Olympus Has Fallen. That
came
out at the
and
exact
also
same time.
Black Hawk Down was another one.
Well, I don't think that was a White House one.
That was about Osama bin Laden, wasn't it?
No, that's Zero Dark 30.
Oh, okay.
We're a movie podcast.
No, that was the one where the guy was the captain of a boat and then he got taken over.
Yes, Nathan Phillips.
Yes, Nathan Phillips. And then that's the guy who swims really good.
Yeah, Life of Pi.
All right.
Oh, God. If we have any viewers left.
It's over.
All right, let's do
words?
names.
Names?
Yeah,
names?
I'm
okay.
down for a name.
All right. Let's do 2 names. Generate. No. No. Ooh. Eduardo Flores and Blake Reed.
Okay. That's kind of crazy because these were the 2 best supporting actors in Black Knight.
And also Eduardo Flores not acknowledged in the IMDb page, but did do a cameo in White House Down as the White House.
No,
he was way. Andy Serkis trained him for years
on how to walk like the White House,
on how to be the White House.
Yeah. That's pretty crazy. Yeah,
and there's behind the scenes footage of him falling down when the White House down.
Yeah, and then he falls down and you see his ass pop up and he's shaking.
Yeah.
So very good supporting actors. Very much like what was the first? Florence?
Eduardo
Flores. Very good. Imagine like Antonio Banderas in like The Mask of Zorro. Is that him?
No. I think so. He's also Puss in Boots, isn't he?
And yes.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's anyways, but yeah, imagine this. Yeah, very cool, very, very like just like the perfect addition to like Black Knight's sidekick.
Yeah. Blake Reed.
Oh no. Well, Eduardo Flores was his sidekick. Blake Reed, very good villain. Very good villain.
Yes. Blake Reed kind of channeling like a Hans Gruber sort of energy, which is interesting in like a medieval picture.
Yeah.
You would kind of expect the sort of classic medieval style.
You would, and I thought it was such an interesting character because it was like
so subversive.
Yeah, because it's like you imagine it's like these cunning kind of like these
what?
Cunning. I'm cunning. These like sneaky, weaselly kind of villains that like kind of work behind the scenes and like they're not powerful but they're smart. But he was both, and I think that made him a force to be reckoned with. And when Black Knight finally fought the White Knight, Blake Reed.
Cinema. Yeah, the tears. Yeah,
I'm crying.
I've got a fun name here, Ruben Berg, which to me sounds like the civilian name of an ice-themed superhero.
Okay.
Like-
I went very different.
Okay, like a Rube Goldberg machine.
Yes.
Ruben Berg.
Not even that. I
Oh.
was just. He's a owner of a burger place, a burger place and sandwich shop. Because Ruben and Berg.
That's so true.
Ruben's Burgers.
A Ruben Burger.
Yeah. So what you do is you
Wow.
make a regular Reuben and put
Yeah.
another bun on top of that.
Isn't that a thing? It's called something. It's
What,
a
like
burger patty instead of the pastrami or whatever in a Reuben.
I don't think Reuben has
Reuben,
pastrami.
But it's like corned beef or whatever, right? Or
roast beef.
Reuben, but it's a burger.
I think Reuben gets.
I had a Reuben burger called the Reubenator today.
Okay, there you go. We got it.
Yeah. But I was thinking iceberg. So like his superpower is he turns into a giant block of ice.
That's it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Explain to me in what context that could be useful.
If you are
Yep.
in the ocean and you want to stop a ship. So
How big is this iceberg?
He fights
What the
naval,
fuck?
an iceberg size. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
He fights.
Sorry.
He fights naval crime.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Whenever I don't clean out my belly button, I call that a naval
crime.
crime.
Yeah. Yeah.
I thought he was just gonna turn into like his size,
Yeah.
but just made of
Nah,
ice.
a full
Okay.
size-
Damn, that's pretty sick. Can you imagine?
How
just
big an iceberg is?
iceberg big, man. Iceberg big.
Iceberg.
You should do it by weight. How much do they weigh?
How much iceberg? How big an iceberg weigh?
So can you explain to me this? Your eyes just went wild. How much do they weigh?
Mass ranging from about 100,000 tons
Wow.
up to more than 10 million tons.
Jesus Christ, that's so much water.
Yeah.
Holy.
100,000 tons.
Okay, so there's this man who's regular size and he could turn
Yeah.
into a
100
100,000
minimum size 100,000 ton iceberg.
So you're telling me, okay, this guy could work in demolition tomorrow.
Yeah.
This guy would be great working demolition.
Yeah, I wonder what else could you do? You could
With
you
that
could
massive
kill
weight.
You could kill a bunch of criminals by turning into an iceberg and crushing them.
Oh, you think he'd be like an executioner?
Yeah, he's not like a Batman style.
Oh,
like,
no.
he
Yeah.
kills.
Batman's lame. Batman should start killing.
Yeah, and he goes, I'm gonna berg, and then he turns into an iceberg and he crushes men between his ice and the
He
ground.
goes ice to meet you.
Uh-huh.
And then
Yeah. And
presses
then,
a button.
and then Arnold comes in and sues him for theft. Wow. Wikipedia.
wow. Yeah, I'm ready for Wikipedia. I have so much.
Okay. I have a couple. I have a few.
I have too much.
Too much. Can I start?
Yeah, of course. I will let you start because I have a lot of stuff to just like
To get through?
to get through or even like pick through. I have choices.
Okay. First thing I got today, The Book of Dave, 2006.
Is it a movie? The Book of Dave. I mean, book?
It's a book.
It's a
Yeah.
book.
So The
Fuck.
Book of Dave is a story about a taxi driver in London
Okay.
who accidentally gets a girl pregnant. She gives birth and doesn't let him see the child and completely cuts him out of the child's life.
Okay.
So he writes a really angry, misogynist manifesto
Yeesh.
about how hold on
Okay.
about how women shouldn't be allowed to have sole custody of their kids, and it's like this whole thing. And he like writes what he thinks the proper way to like raise and care for a kid is.
Yeah.
He then, because he's so passionate about his manifesto, gets it carved into metal sheets,
Okay.
and he
Wow.
puts it into a book, the Book of Dave, which is carved out of metal.
Yes.
And then he buries it in the mother of his child's backyard in the night. He sneaks into her backyard and he buries it in her yard
Okay.
as like a like one day you're gonna find this and see how much you fucked with me or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
So he does that.
Yeah.
Flash forward thousands of years in the future.
What?
A futuristic society
No,
discovers the
dude.
Book of Dave
This is crazy.
in the yard of this lady thousands of years in the future. They think it's a religious artifact
Damn.
of like a doctrine of how life
Yeah.
should be if you're following the prophet Dave.
Dave. Yeah.
So this new society starts following his rules and like mistreating women and whatever
Oh,
and all that.
no.
But flash back to Dave's timeline. He finds out that the kid was never even his.
Shit.
It was somebody else's kid. He has a psychotic breakdown.
Yeah.
Goes to a mental rehabilitation facility. Complete like change of heart.
Yeah.
He
fixes himself.
looks thinks about his thought patterns and stuff.
Yeah.
Writes a new book
Oh.
that completely denounces his original book.
Yeah. Yeah.
Puts it into a metal time capsule, and then tries to bury it in his in the mother of his kid's yard, but fails and gets arrested for trespassing or something.
Damn.
And the capsule is lost.
Mm.
Flashback to the future again. Somebody else from this futuristic society discovers the capsule.
Yeah.
but
The New Testament.
The New Testament, but the paper inside has rotten.
Fuck.
So only certain parts of it are still
Oh,
legible.
no.
So he shows up being like, I found a text from the author of the Book of
Yeah,
Dave
yeah, more
that
Dave.
denounces, and then they kill him in the streets
Wow.
for being a
That's
heretic.
sick. Did you read this book?
No, but the plot summary on Wikipedia is pretty cool.
It's kind of giving you everything.
Yeah, yeah. So
Holy,
it
that
jumps
sounds
back and
awesome.
forth between the two timelines, and I probably got some stuff wrong because I'm summarizing, but it was like a pretty cool sounding book.
That seems very cool.
So yeah, the Book of Dave
Read.
by
I might.
by Will Self.
I'm gonna add that to my
Your Goodreads? I bet there's an
Sure.
audiobook of it. It seems like the kind of thing.
Book of Dave.
Yeah, but the future society is like pig people.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I don't see a Book of Dave.
Wow.
There might not be an audiobook of
The
this.
Book of Dave, Goodreads. Is
There's
there a
the
movie?
Book of David.
Hold on. The Book of Dave movie. Bank of Dave. Hold on.
Dave's prolific.
Bank of Dave tells the story of a working class Burnley man and self-made millionaire how a self-made millionaire fought to set up a community bank. Okay.
Great. Sounds so much fun.
Anyways,
Exciting.
what do you got?
Okay, so since you mentioned a book,
Yep.
I read a book.
A whole book?
But no, I didn't read it. But I might. I'll probably
But
read
I
this.
did not read the summary.
Cordially Invited to Meet Death is a Nero Wolfe mystery novella by Rex Stout.
Nero Wolfe. Is that like the character of his like detective protagonist?
I think so. I
Okay.
think so. Yeah. Invitation to Murder. It was originally abridged as Invitation to Murder in 1942.
Whoa.
Yeah. It's a short story put in various stuff, various collections
Various
of short
periodicals.
Story. Yeah. And I think it's just like I'm actually what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna tease this for the next episode. I think I might read this, and I will let you know how this goes. But Invitation to Murder from 1942. It's a murder mystery novella. It's not very long, I don't think. But yeah, Wikipedia is just kind of giving away the whole
plot.
plot here.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, adaptations. CBC Radio was adapted as CBC's 13-part radio series in 1982. So yeah, that's about it. Like, it's not very popular, but I'll have a read of it, see how this murder mystery goes. I love you love a whodunit.
A whomst done it.
Whomst-did-it.
Yeah. I'm gonna pull up my next one. Now the problem is I took a screenshot on my phone,
Oh no.
and my phone is now there.
Hello.
But I've actually just found what I took a screenshot of. Okay.
Nice.
So what I found on Wikipedia is an article called Taiping Guangji.
Okay.
Taiping Guangji, translated as the extensive records of the Taiping era or extensive records of the Taiping Jingguo period, is a collection of stories compiled from the early Song dynasty,
Okay.
which was completed in 978.
That's
978.
that's crazy.
So it's over 7,000 stories long,
Okay.
about 3 million characters. So it's like a multiple volume set
Yeah,
of
yeah, yeah.
old folk tales.
Like anthologies?
Kind of, yeah.
Okay.
So it's just a collection of like
It's a big book.
snapshots of fictional people who lived at the time.
Yeah.
And it was banned for a little while because it was seen as like a frivolous piece of writing for being like a fictional book.
Mm-hmm.
But I scrolled through. There's a Google Books translation of this book. So this is in volume 3, I believe.
Are you reading us a story?
I'm reading
Is
a
it
story.
time? Oh
It's
my
story
god! Play
time.
some music. Okay, I'm gonna go to sleep.
So sorry, I'm just getting all my burps out before I get into this. So this is titled One of the Selected Stories. Feng Gang is a fisherman. Frequently collect a variety of flowers and plants and then use mud to seal them. From the beginning of the first month to the end of September, it was buried in the soil for 100 days. After being taken out, it was fried 9 times with fire, and it became a special medicine. Anyone who is about to die can live in it as soon as he puts the medicine in his mouth. Feng Gang often eats this medicine, and he is still not aging until he is a few hundred years old. Later, Feng Gang entered the lungs of the earth and went there as a fairy. The end.
The Amazon? He went to the Amazon, maybe?
The lungs of the earth.
Isn't that what they call the Amazon?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Because it's so full of greenery.
Well, yeah, because it's
The
like,
lungs
it's the Amazon.
of the earth. The Amazon. Rainforests like the Amazon.
That's fucking crazy.
Wow.
They knew about the Amazon back then?
In 978?
970. Holy shit.
That's 1,000 years
That's
earlier
so
than that.
old.
Yeah.
That's so old.
So if you're looking to, get into a little bit of a fun...
Historical.
Yeah. I mean, I could pull up another random one if you want. I've only read that one.
I mean, how do you beat Fang Gang who
Fang
fucking
Gang who lived
defeated
for hundreds
death?
of years.
Yeah, and became a fairy in the Amazon rainforest.
Hang on. I'm going to pull one more
That's
up.
insane.
I'm going to do one more just for prosperity.
All right.
That's bad. There's too many words I can't pronounce in there. I'm sorry. Pull up your next one.
Okay. My next one, I will go through this quickly because this is going to be a team effort.
Okay.
We had 3 keen listeners from last time.
Yes.
So we should address those
Yes.
allegations.
Yes. It's been alleged that we never actually closed the setup of the keen listener.
Yeah, we just like
which is true.
it's true.
It's true.
it
Unless
doesn't-
we listen to it ahead of time,
Yeah.
it's gone. But we remembered these ones.
Yes.
A month later, I had them written down in my notes.
Yeah, which
We
I
listened
really
to them.
appreciated this morning. I
Yeah.
saw your message.
I know
was
you were
thank
like, I gotta scrub
God.
through our last episode until we talk
Yeah,
about the
yeah.
keen listeners.
Is that what you did?
No, I had them in my
Wow,
like, when
that's
we were recording
clutch.
it. I wrote
Yeah.
them down. So
All right,
Yeah.
so let's start with the first album we ended up with, which was Birth/The End by Agonizer.
yes, a
Did you listen to this?
Norwegian melodic metal
Yes.
group. I did. Well, for all of these, I listened to like 4-ish songs
Okay,
of each
okay.
of them, and then sort of got the gist.
Yeah.
From there. Yeah.
I went through the whole thing.
The whole thing.
The whole thing. It was this one was 30 minutes.
Oh yeah, this was the shorter one.
Um,
Yeah.
What did you think about it?
Okay. It's like very
This is their first album. by the way.
very Scandinavian melodic metal. Like,
yes.
It's sort of like Dream Theater type vibes, but like less technically flashy. Like it's kind of like if you think of like metal,
Yeah.
but like metal as in like wearing like the black leather jacket and playing the like
Yeah,
spiky guitar
very-
and
yeah.
that
Yes,
type
100%.
of melodic metal.
I thought so too.
Yeah.
Definitely not my kind of metal that I
No.
enjoy.
No.
They did have some good songs.
Yeah.
Hazardous, I thought was good.
Yeah.
Black Sun.
Black
was
Sun was
okay.
my favorite.
Yeah?
I put that
Black
as my
Sun was
number
good.
one. There's a cool synth part at the beginning
Yes,
of Black
yes,
Sun.
yes,
That's like kind of
yes.
spooky.
That
And
was
like
really
a
nice.
cool breakdown halfway through where they start going like dun, 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 dun,
Yep,
dun,
yep.
dun, and it's
Love
like
that
the solo
shit.
like
Yeah.
yeah. And that was cool.
The rest of it was very like
Yeah.
I would like to say a little bit
Generic.
generic.
Yeah.
Dad metal,
Yeah.
like almost like I was gonna say this is a very uplifting album.
Yeah.
I'll say it's like
Yeah,
very
yeah.
much like I got the energy, I can do this, I'm gonna break free.
Yeah.
So I feel like this is good if you're an Alcoholics
If-
Anonymous. Like if you're an alcoholic and you like metal,
Yeah.
this might be help you get through it.
What
you
I was
know?
picturing is like this is like
Or if you're divorced.
when somebody who only listens to electronic music is trying to listen to like metal at like the gym
Yeah,
to like
yeah,
get
yeah,
themselves amped up. This is the kind of stuff they would
Yeah.
settle on. The singer, the like very middle of the road type voice, not very dynamic. He did the same like when we will walk
Yeah.
to the ends of the earth, like for the whole album.
Yes, this is what I wanted to say to you.
Yeah.
The singer sounds like who was the lead singer of Audio Slave? I cannot remember. his
Chris
name.
Cornell.
He's like a mix of Chris Cornell and Serge oh my god, what's
From
his
System of a Down. Yeah, he does
That's
have
the
kind
mix.
of like a like I don't know. He just sounds like he's emulating like the Iron Maiden
Yeah,
singer.
yeah,
I
yeah.
don't remember his name, but that's just like very like oh, you know,
Yeah.
like yeah.
I did think there was, I don't remember which song it was, but it kind of sounded like you at one point. There was
Oh,
one
yeah.
song where it sounded like you. and I
Yeah,
was
he
like,
has
this
a
sounds like
similar
Peter.
vocal range to me.
Yeah.
Where I was listening to it and I was like, I can hear how you're making those sounds. But it's like, I think his pronunciation was surprisingly good for like, I'm assuming not native English speaking
yeah.
people.
What would you rate this album?
Out of 5, it was like a 2.
Yeah, I would say
Yeah.
2.
If you like melodic metal,
Yeah.
maybe. I don't. So
yeah, definitely
sorry.
not my speed.
yeah. Speaking of melodic metal,
Woo!
we got a double whammy of melodic metal, but this one was Japanese.
yes.
Reincarnation
Yes.
by the band Galnerius.
Yes.
Who Galnerius, pretty well known
Yeah.
Japanese metal band.
I'm pretty sure they've done like OSTs.
They've
and-
done anime, so they
Yep.
did music for Hunter x Hunter.
Yeah, Hunter x Hunter. Get your shit together.
No,
We're
actually,
gonna get killed.
no, actually,
Really?
you don't say the X.
Damn, I'm
Yeah.
I'm fucked.
How to pronounce Hunter Hunter? The correct pronunciation is Hunter Hunter with the X being silent. I made the same exact mistake as you.
Wow.
And
I was where you were
wrong.
once. Yeah.
I was wrong.
Okay, this album, I'll
yes.
say, again, not a fan of Medolic.
Medolic metal.
Medolic
Medolic metal.
No, Medolic.
Yeah.
Not a fan, but God,
Doctor Who, if he was an incel. Medolic. Thank you.
all right, that's good.
Except
All
Doctor
right.
Who is an incel, so
He
that's
is an
kinda-
incel.
yeah,
He's
yeah.
literally never had
Yeah.
sex. Okay, I enjoyed this album. I think this was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I think this one was very. This one was like where technically I feel like that birth/end kind of did fall short.
Yeah.
I feel like these guys had the dynamics,
Yep.
had the
Yep.
the power for it. The singer was like, he was all right. but-
Yeah. He's very theatrical.
Yes.
Like all of his notes have crazy vibrato, so he's just like, and whoa, whoa,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
you're like,
yeah.
oh my god.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
that power metal, you know.
Yeah.
I thought it was really good. I think once, like and also really definitely, I was like, you could put this entire album into a video game, like
Yeah,
into
yeah,
a
yeah.
fighting video game, like
Yeah.
Persona or like anything.
Kind of like
even-
Bayonetta vibes.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So very fun with that. Again, like not my genre, but I can appreciate it.
Yeah.
I think after the song "No Exit," all bangers.
Yes. There's
All
like a
bangers.
3-track run that I was like, okay.
Yeah.
Like Against the Domination, is that in the second half?
It is. It's right before.
It was right before
So,
Against
yeah.
the Domination. I was like, okay, all
Yeah.
right. There's one song, and I didn't write it down, but it starts with a really cool guitar part that I was like, oh my god, this is like. It sounded kind of like early 2000s emo, and I was
I know
like,
what you're talking.
the
Okay,
hell?
yeah. I think it might be Winds of Change.
Yeah, maybe. But it like starts with a guitar part that I was like, that's a cool. And
Yeah.
the rest of the song, I was like, wow.
I think there was. I don't know if it was this one or the last album, but there was like a intro that happened that sounded a lot like "Friday I'm in Love."
Oh.
I think it was the last.
I think
You think it's this one?
I don't know.
Yeah.
They all kind of blended together. These two
Yes.
albums really kind of blended together.
Yes.
Um,
Yes, they did.
This was like, it's so long. It's like an
Yeah.
hour and 15 minutes long.
This one was brutal, and I was
Yeah.
like definitely getting a little tired of it because I was like, okay, yes,
Yeah.
we're gonna survive. We're gonna
Okay,
succeed.
and then we're gonna have like a
do
quiet
great.
section, and then it's gonna get loud again. Then there's a
Yeah.
guitar solo. Yeah,
I also like vocal wise, I enjoy the screamo, the hard. Like I want to know that the singer's bleeding from their throat.
yeah.
But this definitely didn't have that.
Yeah.
Like you mentioned,
Oh,
very theatrical.
The Agonizer album, I was thinking a lot about Lamb of God. So
Mm.
like if the vocals of Lamb of God were on the Agonizer album, I would have liked it a lot.
Okay,
more. Yeah.
okay.
Where it's like,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, that
Yeah.
shit is nice. I would rate this album 3 out of 5.
this is also a 2.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I think just with the
Sorry.
technical prowess of it.
Yeah,
and
but it's like, I don't know. My whole thing.
I think maybe it
with-
got too long for you.
Yeah, it's too long, and both of these albums are so polished, and the next one we're going to talk about is also extremely polished. But they're both so polished that like the like character is missing. You know,
Yeah,
like
I
it's
get what
like
you're saying.
everything's perfect, and like
Yeah.
there's no room for any like
Mm,
weirdness or they
Yeah,
don't get
yeah.
freaky with it. I was
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, very like cookie cutter almost.
yeah. Kind of.
speaking of cookie
description,
cutter.
yeah. The description cookie cutter is very good for.
The next album. that we did.
Sounds good, feels good by 5 seconds of summer.
The best
Yeah.
song. No, that's One Direction.
The best, which if you didn't listen to the last episode, 5 Seconds of Summer was One Direction's backing band
Yep.
when they were on tour back in the day.
All right. this fucking album
Yeah.
was
It's only the only version on Spotify is the deluxe version.
Yes.
Which has
It
like
was like,
17 songs on it. Yeah.
killed me. I gotta say, fucking hell, if you are in church, listen to this album.
Yeah. This
Like
is,
if you're having a church party
yeah.
and you guys want to get a little crazy, but not a little too crazy.
He says the bitch word.
He says bitch?
Yeah.
You gotta cut that out.
In
but-
in the second song, she's kind of hot.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. He's like, my girlfriend's bitching at me. It's only 9 a.m. It's like, all right.
She's kind of hot, though.
She's kind of, and then he's like, I went to see a shrink. She's kind of hot though. He's just running into different women in his life and being like, well, she's kind of hot.
I get you, brother. I feel that.
Yeah.
Yeah, like very generic
Yeah.
kind of
Earl-
pop,
like,
early.
It sounds older than it is. Like it sounds like 2008, even though it came out in like 2015.
There's definitely like I've noticed. There's definitely like the songs start strong.
Yeah.
And there's a very like emo influence to them.
Yes.
Like especially with like Money was like kind of
Yeah.
emo. I think
Jet Black Heart
Yep.
is an actually good song.
Yeah.
You can skip the rest of the album. Listen to Jet Black Heart. My girlfriend and I watched randomly one night a video of them performing live because we were
Mhm.
like, let's listen and see what it's all about.
Yeah.
And they played Jet Black Heart as their opening, and I was like, this is actually good.
Yeah,
Like, this is a
yeah.
good song.
Jet Black Heart definitely stood out to
Yes.
me the most.
Yeah.
I think the worst song, probably like Waste the Night.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Waste the Night was
Waste the Night was
terrible.
awful. Yeah. And what's the other one? Starts with a V?
Vapor?
Vapor.
Back to
Awful.
back. Terrible
Awful.
songs. Yeah.
Double whammy of just shit.
I did notice that they have this style sometimes where they do a little bit of like, they like build to the end and then there's like a breakdown that like kind of closes out the song, and
Yeah.
sometimes it comes back in, sometimes it like goes out, which I thought was interesting. I didn't know if I liked it, but
No.
I thought it was interesting.
Yeah. Basically, all of the lyrics, too, on this album are terrible.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
every time that I would open the little Spotify lyrics thing, I was like, ew.
Yeah, no,
But-
definitely not the. I think it's a very good like. If you just want something on in the background, you don't want it to
If
be
you're
dirty.
at church camp,
If you're at church camp,
you're entering your rebellious phase
Yeah.
as a churchgoer.
but you don't want to piss. You want to piss off your counselors, but not God.
Yeah.
This
yeah.
is the album.
For fans of All Time Low, Simple Plan, We the Kings, Mayday Parade, that early 2000s pop rock with a tinge of pop punk sort of sound.
Yeah.
Kind of stuff that I was listening to in 2008.
Yeah, this is it.
This is it. So
It's 7 years too late, but you
yeah,
know, we're
yeah. And then 10 years on top of that because
here. yeah.
we're
listening to it.
17 years too late. But
yeah,
that's fine.
you know,
That's
they had
fine.
their moment.
2008 was 17 years ago.
Was it? Yeah, that.
Yep.
No.
Yep. Yep.
No.
Because
Yes.
I was
yes.
born
Oh,
and I'm turning. Yeah.
put the numbers up. Put the numbers up right here.
It's just
With
gibberish.
17
Yeah.
million.
It's just like a formula. If you can solve this algebraic
That's
equation,
actually sick. No,
Yeah.
people will do it. Though.
Yeah, I did also say my birth date on the podcast before. So,
Like the day.
everything.
Oh, it's gone. It's
Yeah.
over. They're gonna find you.
I've got one, and then if you want to close it out,
Oh, I
with,
got a pretty crazy one to close it
okay.
out with. Yes.
Yagelin.
Is it a drink?
Yagelin.
Oh, it's like a
No.
greeting.
No, Yagelin.
That's what I like doing when I go to the bazaar in India. I yaggle.
Yaggle.
I'm
You
yaggling.
I'm assuming it's pronounced yagel. Yogel.
Okay.
Yo-
Is it
yogel?
a fruit? Is
No.
it an eating thing? Is it something you eat?
Nope.
Oh my god. Is it a sport?
Not. You're closer.
Is it an activity?
Yes.
Okay.
What's this? What would you call a fun activity?
A game.
A game
Oh.
played with
A board.
no other one.
People?
Yes, but what are they holding?
Bats?
A game.
What the fuck?
A
Card
game-
game. It's
card
a card game.
Yagelin is
You're like,
bats, like the animal. Like you're spreading the wings of a bat, and you're like,
oh, this looks yaggle.
yeah, yoggle, and they go, oh, yoggle, yoggle, and they throw another bat on your
Oh,
bat.
you
You
give
go,
me yaggle, I
"Ah,
raise you another yaggle.
9.
Where is this from? Germany?
So Jageln is a historical Tyrolean card game. So
Whoa.
Tyrol is an Austrian state. So it's right near the border of Germany, I believe. So it's sort of like an Austrian-German
Mhm.
card game designed for 5 players,
Whoa.
which is an interesting twist.
That's like if you're like a couple dating and you have a single friend.
or if you're doing like a swingers party.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is 5 people.
Yeah, 5-person swingers party. You're like, oh, it's you
Who's the
again.
fifth?
Yeah. So that used to be played purely as a winter pastime by farmers.
Okay.
An unusual feature are its 3 highest trump cards, known as Jagel, Zongel, and Bugel.
Okay.
So this is Jagel, Zongel, Zogel.
Oh, it's
and
like a
Bugel.
whole new set of cards.
Yeah, so it's using something called the William Tell deck,
Oh.
which is a 33 card deck that has the suits acorns, leaves, hearts, and bells. That's a
Okay.
classic. I watched a whole video on the history of playing cards. Those suits are like an Eastern European, like instead of the hearts.
I
clubs,
love
spades,
that.
and like
That's way nicer than
Yeah.
like fucking hearts.
and there used to
gloves.
be a fifth suit that I can't remember what it is.
What happened?
They got rid of it. I don't know.
Because of woke.
So the history of this game, it's a very special game, quote, that was passed from generation to generation only by word of mouth, was played when the long winter evenings draw in and it is not possible to work outside for as long as in summer. You do not want to go to bed immediately after the rosary, brackets evening prayer. You want entertainment, and the best and most popular card game is Jageln. So a social game that is played in the winter in Austria. They have all the rules here. Sounds a lot like euchre.
I was gonna say
A lot
I was
like
gonna say
euchre.
sounds like euchre. Probably fucking plays like euchre. You spend it in the winter
Yeah.
in a cold place before bed. I'm like, this is the perfect
Yep.
soup for fucking
Yes.
something like euchre to come out.
And it really like somebody who declares what is the suit, and then you have a partner, and then they take it's trick based. It's like
Is euchre just
euchre is probably a new version of
Could
this
be.
game.
That could be
Yeah.
crazy. That's like
Yeah.
some crazy lore we're finding out.
Yeah, but like trick taking games
Yeah.
is like a type of card game. Like it's a common. But yeah, it's ace, king, queen, 9, 8, 7. Like it's only the upper. It's very similar to euchre.
Okay. Yeah, I don't remember any of the rules, so whatever you're saying makes no sense
Yeah.
to me.
So we should play it. I couldn't find any video or anything about this. Wikipedia article is the only thing that I could find. Like there's
Really?
no other.
I mean,
proof.
we could be the first people to put a YouTube video up of playing this game.
I searched Yoggle and there
Yeah.
was no
Hey,
no
that could
videos.
be cool. That
Yeah,
could be
we'll
cool. We're the first
corner the
Yoggle
Yoggle market. Yeah.
Okay, ready?
Yeah.
I need you to fucking put on some detective music. Maybe we got some good Noir 2 shit going on.
Okay.
Or even like
I don't
just
know if
true
I still
crime.
have that file in my drive.
True crime.
Okay.
True crime music. Ready? On October 7, 2004, 4-year-old Sydney Neo was abducted, and she has another name, but I'm not going to try to pronounce it.
Okay.
Was abducted from her flat at in, I think, Singapore, by a 36-year-old woman named Constance Chi Xiong Hin,
Mm-hmm.
who formerly had an affair with Neo's father.
Uh.
So then, what happened? On the morning of October 7th, Constance pulled up to their home, their flat, and managed to enter the unlocked flat. For some reason, it was unlocked, and kidnapped the sleeping child, possibly to get back at Neo's father for,
Makes
being
sense.
for the infidelity, but also being like, oh, I'm the other woman,
Yeah.
I'm jealous, whatever. I don't know. The girl's disappearance was immediately noticed by her parents and the flat's tenant, who all searched for the 4-year-old girl. This is gonna get sad. Less than 15 minutes after Neo was abducted, she was thrown off her block by Chi from an unknown height. Even though Neo's fall was broken by an awning, she nonetheless sustained both a fractured jaw and severe injuries to the head.
Oh.
Shortly after her fall, Neo's parents and tenant managed to stop Chi from escaping, and she was arrested. On October 8th, a day after her arrest, she was charged with attempted murder, an offense punishable
Oh, she
by either
survived. Okay.
life.
You
No.
should've said that sooner.
Wait.
No.
Neo was hospitalized for her injuries. Despite receiving medical treatment, Neo never regained consciousness. And on the 12th, 5 days after the incident, 4-year-old Sydney Neo died. Yeah.
Why are you gonna end on
That's
such
brutal.
a sad
As a
note?
result, here, we'll get a little happy. Result of Neo's death, she was brought back to court. They're like, bring this bitch back. It's not attempted murder anymore.
It's real murder.
Yeah, where the prosecution amended that the attempted murder charge was now a murder charge, which then warranted the mandatory death penalty under Singapore
fuck.
law. 2 weeks after the amendment of her change sheet, she was remanded for psychiatric evaluation, and a court ordered. So she just basically got psychiatric care, and I think I just want to see if she got. On January 24, 2006, so 2 years after this whole thing happened, Justice Raja accepted the persecution medical evidence and found Constantine guilty of both charges, namely 1 count of culpable homicide and 1 count of kidnapping, citing blah, blah, blah. However, postponed the sentencing to a later date. Tell me if they killed her.
I need to know.
Oh, so I guess... I think it seems like sentence. Okay, yeah. On April 7, 2006, 3 months after the conviction, the judge sentenced 37-year-old Constance Shi to 13 years imprisonment. He did not agree. The judge did not agree to impose the maximum punishment due to her psychiatric state. So it was just a. You know who's to blame here? The fucking dad. The dad had an affair.
Well,
I mean, obviously blame the woman.
look, yeah. I mean, I think the person who threw a
Child
4-year-old
off a
child off
balcony,
a
yeah.
balcony is probably the one we should blame.
For sure, yeah. No.
Lots of people have affairs.
That
Not a lot
is
of people
true.
throw a 4-year-old off of a balcony.
If you have an affair, do
Don't-
it. Just don't
throw a 4-year-old off of a balcony.
I
I feel like that's good life advice.
I think that's great life advice, and I think that comes from us, 2 old men.
yes. Now that
trying
we've
to-
become more mature and level-headed.
Yeah. I think it's crazy to be like. I think it's crazy. So many kids walk around today on their phones, going like, "I can throw a child off a balcony."
They need a positive role model
need a
like us
positive-
telling
yeah.
them, "Hey, don't throw a 4-year-old off a balcony."
Every time you get on Joe Rogan, every time you get on Andrew Tate, they're like, you look, I got these fucking muscles. I'm throwing kids off balconies, baby. I'm doing this.
we
motion
clearly
right
have not done this podcast long enough because I feel bad.
Yeah,
I
no.
feel bad saying that.
This is a bad.
I'm like,
this
we
is a
should not
sad
joke
thing.
about-
Here, I got another one. For
Me
you.
a month and a half ago, make jokes about
Throw the
throwing a baby off
No,
a balcony.
it's so sad though. It's like
it is sad.
It's like
It is sad.
some-
Rest in peace to Sydney.
Rest in peace, Sydney Neo.
You didn't
'cause
deserve that.
You did not
That's
deserve
fucked
that.
up.
And
Vive la Minion!
Vive la Minion!
Vive la Minion! What a fucked up way to end the
Yeah, right.
so sad.
This child didn't deserve to die. Minion.
Oh, if only she could have lived to see the Minions movie.
Sydney would have loved the Minions.
Rest in peace, Sydney. You would have loved the Minions movie. We'll see. We'll see if we keep that one in.